Okay, so my question is this: how can someone that is applying for a giveaway get scammed?
Who wants to answer this question?
You,
Okay.
because I
So,
never got scammed by giveaways.
but we've seen a lot of scams.
I've got scammed.
Yeah, we've managed so many pages, seen. So the thing giveaway in UAE is really big.
Mhm.
So supposing like a big page posts a giveaway, a lot of times people come back messaging the main page, the original page that your dummy pages have come up, stating that if you want, we've seen you, we've registered your comment in the giveaway,
Correct.
and now to activate your registration, you need to click this link and fill this form, and bank details are not put at all, right? So they're not saying anything. So that's where people come to know that because there are rules that every page says, okay, so giveaway rules could be you have to follow this page, follow that page, comment on this video, share this video, and that's it. But then after that, when people say fill this form and all, then they come to know. Most of the time, sometimes people get scammed. To that extent, I think right now people can get scammed by just clicking the link and your account can be debited without
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now in that's how it happens. That's how it literally happens in UAE. Like you make a giveaway, and next you see there are bot pages coming up and telling people please click on this link to enter the giveaway.
Yeah.
That simple it is. So you are like giveaway, and if it's big, you're like click and you're done.
It depends. You see, it depends. Again, I know you guys already are so tired of this word, but it depends.
Depends.
It depends. So because there's a lot of ways you can scam. See, a lot because the UAE is like a central hub from everywhere else. And if
Correct.
you're a scammer, where are you going to go look for fish in the stream where there's a lot of fish, right? Where
Correct.
there's a lot of money, where there's a lot of people with money. So a lot of money circulates over here.
Right.
So you can either be based in the UAE and try to scam people in the UAE. This is more rare, you should know, because of how strong the laws are over here and
Right.
the way they can do investigations over here. The criminals will easily be caught. However, there are people that live outside of the UAE that act as if they are based in the UAE with their pages and they scam people. For this, it's very hard to catch the people. You would have to actually call or contact the authorities from that specific country after finding out where they live, and also the bank details that they're stealing from you, if they're stealing any, if they're stealing just your information like your email and number. This can also be costly for you depending on the degree of how much it matters to you. So you
Yeah.
would have to create a case against them, etc., etc. It's time consuming, it consumes your money and energy as well. So my advice, I mean, this is not legal advice, this is just friendly advice. Just don't click on links that you don't recognize.
Yeah.
Or check pages. Check if their followers are real, if the comments, the engagement on their page is real. That's the number one thing. I see a lot of people that have like 50,000, 100,000 followers, even up to a million, but their comments are hidden because they don't get any real engagement.
Right.
Their likes are not real. They have 100,000 likes, but the views on the reels are maybe like 100 views.
Right.
Something doesn't add up. So if it doesn't add up, maybe you didn't win the giveaway. So
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
So I think the crux is that please don't click links
just don't click
at
links.
all. Don't click the links. You'll be safe. Coming to the new social media page, I'm saying new social media
Platform. Yeah.
platform that has come, that is Threads, compared to Twitter, and we've spoken about Twitter already, wherein there's so much freedom of speech over there. Let's talk about that. Like right now, it's a new page where people can speak whatever they want to. So, I is the current rules even applicable for Threads?
Absolutely. So Threads and Twitter is the same thing, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
That this is a war between Elon Musk and Zuckerberg.
actually,
It
yeah.
doesn't concern me or us at all.
Yeah,
It's not the point of the law.
yeah,
The point of the law is how do you use your freedom of speech. If you use your freedom of speech, again, when we talk about Twitter, it's out in public. I personally don't enjoy Threads or Twitter. I of course have my pages on both websites,
Mhm.
but I don't personally enjoy it. But because people just don't filter anything and they're just saying what they think, their thoughts. But
Yeah.
you're not inside of people's heads in real life, so why would you put yourself in a position to even read those thoughts? But that's my personal preference. Maybe we can even cut that out. I think it's better we don't even post that part. But when we talk about Threads or Twitter, it doesn't matter which platform you're on. If you say something and it's visible to a group of people, to a lot of people, if you say something offensive, people can take offense to it and they can easily report you. I've personally seen multiple cases of people saying things on social media and they
Like,
are We of course can't talk about the specifics of the cases. I can give you a general gist of what the cases were
I
about.
want to know what happened. What was the comment on Twitter or threads?
Maybe no, we can't go into the details, of
Okay,
course, but we can talk about it generally.
Okay.
So things were said about a specific group of people,
Mm-hmm.
and they were not nice things. So of course the authorities were tagged by a lot of people. It blew up overnight. You never know. You leave something out into the open, into the vacuum of the space that is Twitter and Threads, and all of a sudden you can have 1,000 eyes looking at it, and you can't control what people do or say or the way they conceive or the way they perceive your comments. So always be careful. Think twice about what you say online. Authorities were tagged in a lot of trouble, and it's just try to avoid being offensive.
Try to avoid being on social media.
Be a sweet person, man. Come on,
Yeah,
we
how
need
hard
sweet
is it to
people
be
in
nice?
this. Yeah,
Yeah, just say how was your day going? That's it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Speak about the weather and
You know,
everything.
sometimes there are content which some people like, some people have different opinion about. So there's a thin line between something going this side haywire
of course.
or it's okay. Now, if you're on that line, then you do not know where you stand. So, supposing if the content is good and some people feel it's not at all offensive, and some people feel it's offensive,
Correct.
and I do not have examples to give. So, what happens in this case? Now, this content is split between two.
Yes. So see, this is actually it's interesting because it's the same thing no matter where you are in the world. The legal precedent or jurisprudence, it's the same everywhere in the world. It's always legality.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Legality is always a battle between the left and the right, the wrong and the right. You may feel wrong, someone feels like they did the right thing. The other person feels wrong, you may feel like you did the right thing.
Correct.
It's always between left and right. It's
Right.
always two opposing forces. So it's always between, now in this case, it's between freedom of speech and hate speech.
Right.
Which one is it? That depends on case by case on the tolerance of each country. So how tolerant is each country towards XYZ topic, whatever it is. In the UAE, because of how international it is, it makes sense that they're more protective or they're more conservative about the laws that are here. It makes sense. They protect their countries, and if you live in a country, you have to play by its rules. You
Yeah.
want to play a game, you have to play by the rules of that game. So it makes sense that the rules are this way. And on the other hand, you have freedom of speech in France, in Europe. Now go look at the freedom of speech that they have and look at the comments that are being said about specific groups of people.
Yeah.
Sure, you have freedom of speech, but how peaceful is the life over there really?
Not at all.
Not at all. We can see it in the news, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about what you choose to have. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Yeah.
You always give and take in life. It's the yin to your yang. Always.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. Coming to the last part of this thing, now we spoke about a lot of stuff. We spoke about legalities and licenses. Now, supposing on this given point of time, you're a content creator, not licensed, it's not that like a strict rule to get.
Jail.
Yeah. But
Don't
I'm saying,
post that. Don't post that.
so coming to the business part of it, I was trying to come there. It's all cool. You made a good content, everything's done. It was a brand collaboration, and the brand now is not responding to your payments. Is there any rules safeguarding the content creator?
Of course, very important. First thing I'll say before I forget it, if you're a content creator and you're signing a contract with any company or any person in the UAE,
Mhm.
make sure that the competence of the court is Dubai courts and not arbitration.
Oh,
Clip that. Remember that. Make sure it's not arbitration. Why? Because arbitration, who has the leverage here when you're signing any contract? It's always the person that is having a service done for them before they have to pay for it. That's the person that has the leverage, because my money is your money is in my hands, and you have to do something for me, and if I'm satisfied with it, then I pay. And if you don't get your money, you have to create a case against me. So if you have to create a case against me, go to Dubai courts. It's a general court, it's a public court, it's cheaper
Okay.
for content creators, for anyone. And arbitration is very expensive. And you will have to bear the costs initially, and only if you win, and that's also especially if it's mentioned in the contract, which most of the time it isn't, then the person that loses will bear the costs of the legality. And to be honest, for a normal content creation contract, all of this headache is just not really worth it. So just avoid all of this and have Dubai courts as the competent court jurisdiction to manage the case, if there is one, to manage the dispute.
And your contract needs to be made by him.
Yes, guys, please.
Of course, there's many more things that can be said about contracts. This is just the most important thing, but there's many other ways that you can have loopholes or that people can play with you. Always get a professional to look at it. If you have pain in your stomach, you don't just go to the pharmacy, take a bunch of medicine, and hope for the best. You have a professional look at you. Do the same thing with your contracts. It has your money, your time, and your energy involved. So why would you not want a professional to look at it?
Makes so much sense, yeah.
This actually, now if the contract is there, now if the contract was never there only, if just they have said, okay, let's make it, there's a proper tag collab, but there was no contract signed. Like, because the might be the brand is completely new for social media, so they just want to try it out, but they are like, yeah, let's do it. So obviously the content creator might be new or might be older or like experienced content creator and never made a contract, like knowing that it might the payment will come. So the company says, once the video is up, we'll send it to you on the same day or the next day or something like that. Is there any safeguard in that case? But there's no contract, nothing.
You would have to make a case against them. Of course, if there's no contract, you're already starting in a very, very, very bad position. Let's just put it that way. So always make a contract, of course. But if there isn't one, you would have to start building a case against them. You have to start with them admitting to them owing you money. You would have to start showing the amounts that is owed, official documents that have been passed, hopefully. You would have to create a case against the company. And if it's a new company and you're a new content creator, the amount of money that's involved with the amount of time that you have to spend on this case, you're just going to give up. So you're going to basically lose your money.
So I think at the end of the day, we have to register ourselves, get the license, ensure that every collaboration you have a contract in place,
Yeah.
and you abide by the rules and conditions of obviously UAE plus the brand and everything, and you are making content which is safe to consume. That is, I
Of
think,
course.
that is what we should all have known in the first place, but still we want to have that virality. So that's, okay, so now we have a question from the audience that we have. Three
Amazing.
audience that we have right now. So yeah, please tell us a question.
What about the content creators or influencers that are living abroad? You know, they move to UAE to shoot, or they live here to get more exposure. But about that, any legal or taxation rules for that?
Yes, of course. So my suggestion to all of my clients, not just social media influencers, if they live abroad, move to the UAE. Especially if you work online. Look, social media is all on your phone, it's all on your laptop,
Correct.
it's all in the interwebs, right? So
Correct.
if you're online, you're remote, essentially. So I have clients that work in the tech space, that work in social media, and what they do is they live in Dubai, but they've registered their company or their licenses in Europe, and they're paying taxes to Europe while they live here. Or they live in Europe, but they travel to Dubai for holidays to shoot here. So I tell them, why not just come and set up a company here, move around the world, shoot your content, but have your funds, have your documents, have your legality, everything funneled through the UAE so that you don't pay taxes for the same content that you're uploading on social media or the same work that you're doing as any kind of company. You're paying 40 to 50% taxes everywhere else in the world, but you can pay almost nothing or zero, next to nothing when you move over here. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, UAE is an amazing place to be for social media influencers as well. So, I think that's definitely a very, very interesting option to look at.
What do you say? Question has come from Instagram.
Yes.
It's from my mind actually. Supposing you get into you make a content, you suddenly realize that it's not getting perceived well by the audience, and you know it's going to mess up, and especially in the UAE. So you delete the video. After that, is there any repercussions?
Of course. Because you already uploaded it, or the people that were going to get offended already got offended. You already put out the negativity. So that's why it's very important to always think twice, consult people, consult lawyers, consult your friends and family to evaluate the videos that you're going to post. I myself, before I post my own legal content, I look at it 1,000 times before posting. So to make sure that I'm giving accurate information, giving accurate consultation.
So you need to be very careful before you hit the upload button.
Yeah, of
Once
course.
you do it, it's done.
Of course, of course.
That
We
is-
actually have cases where people have uploaded offensive videos. Um, one being, for example, someone that specialized in cars. Another one, it's a lady. She's an influencer. She made a very horrible comparison between a specific race or a specific gender or a group of people.
Okay.
So, and she got 5 years in jail, half a million dirhams fines, deportation, and stuff like that. So it's just like, and after all of everything that's been said, they of course deleted the videos, but that doesn't make any difference because the people,
Yeah, exactly.
the message is already out.
Mm. One more question from Instagram is people usually especially in UAE have the habit to just see as you said it's not allowed to just randomly shoot people anytime, but people shoot videos of good things that also happen in UAE. Like for example, if someone helps someone out, or if Talabat, we all know about Talabat videos that really do well because they really help the society to
Of
run.
course,
Such videos that are shot and uploaded, do they have also repercussions?
they could see. It depends.
Okay,
Again,
depends.
it
Depends.
depends because you don't know how the person that you're recording feels about it, right?
Correct.
You don't necessarily know if you helping them out or shooting them. I remember there was one case, I'm not going to get into the details of it, but I remember there was one case where there was a lady who was giving out money or tips or water, I think, to delivery personnel, and then she got complaints against her, I believe, legal problems as well she faced because she didn't the people didn't consent to it. So she got either social media backlash or even legal problems. So even if you're doing something positive, just make sure that the person you're recording feels comfortable being in your video, because recording someone on your own phone and posting it to your own social media is a very personal thing. It's for you. You're not helping another person out by showing that you're helping them. You're helping them out by helping them, but not showing it to other people. So by showing it to other people, it's a very personal and ego. It's yourself basically.
Mm.
So it's if it's for you and the other person didn't consent to it, even if it's positive, I would suggest getting the consent. And if you really want me to give legal advice, written consent, signature and everything. So
True.
that's we would have much less videos online if this was the case. If we had to get written
Get it.
consent from everyone and make them sign it, we would
Correct.
have maybe 20 videos online total.
Really.
Yeah.
And last question on Instagram is now, for example, the said controversial video. Obviously, the content creator got in trouble, but initially, when the video got viral, it was shared by a lot of pages. So, in this scenario, does the page now also come in the foray of getting what do you say, in trouble because of posting? Because initially, it was a viral video.
Yes.
It was literally like it. If I'm not wrong, in TikTok it had already reached 50 million in a day. I'm not sure, but it had blown up big time.
Yes.
So pages in UAE reposted it. Pages in India reposted it because obviously I'm an Indian and see some pages and big pages had reposted it. Till date, the pages are still having the video.
Yes.
Obviously, the people outside the country, I don't think so. I don't know if they have repercussions from the UAE government or in that way. But pages in UAE, do they also now have to hit the brunt of it?
I would suggest them to be careful about the content that they post. Look, you just don't want to put yourself in a risky position, right? If you're walking down the streets, you look to your left, you look to your right. You don't just walk straight and hope a
Correct.
car doesn't hit you.
Correct.
So if you're posting anything on social media, you should also be careful about the things that you're posting. Technically, the person that posted the video, the creators of the content, are the ones that actually get into trouble. They actually get taken into prosecution, and then it gets analyzed about who was involved in the video, whose idea it was. Maybe the person that is in trouble actually had people that were planning the sketches or skits, funding it. It depends. It all depends on what was behind the scenario, behind the scenes. But if you're reposting it, it's better for especially pages or people based in the UAE to post about these kind of things without necessarily posting the personal information of the person, such as their name, their face, because then later on, when this person is, let's say, judged not guilty, because we still don't know if this person is guilty or not. They've just been taken into holding. So if they come out that it comes out that they're not actually guilty, and you've posted negative things about them, then that person can sue each and every one of these pages for defamation.
Oh.
So now
Oh,
you're in
yeah,
trouble.
that's why none of them have mentioned their names.
Yeah, that's why
They
you should
just
never mention someone,
said content creator.
because you're messing with someone's livelihood. You're messing
Right.
with someone's reputation.
Got it. Yeah, obviously defamation. Wow.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yep.
Always remember that. So
Absolutely. Wow. Great questions and great answers. Let's end this podcast with a very lighter note. Name 3 content creators that you love following in the UAE.
oh my god.
Who are your favorite? Like, who do you follow? And,
Uh,
what's your taste in social media?
my taste in social media is mostly people that influence me, that people that inspire me. Sorry. So to be a better person,
Okay.
to live a better life, to of course also be successful, and so I can help others around me.
Mhm.
So one of the main people I really like, and he's UAE based. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Is Majid Al Amri. Brian Etemad as well. He's a entrepreneur, real estate tycoon
Mhm.
based in the UAE. He has Tamlik REIT. It's a very big page. He's very successful. So I really like his lifestyle as well. So yeah, and Mani Khoshbin as well. He's also a real estate tycoon.
Wow.
But yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So you do use social media.
Yeah, absolutely, of course.
Awesome. 2 people are offended over here. One is Amin and one is Anil. But it's okay. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I think we've covered everything that we needed to speak about this issue. And for all those watching, and if you are becoming content creators, I think be careful, be very understanding what your content is all about, and then post. Otherwise, you need his help.
No, hopefully not. Hopefully you never need my help actually, but just post positive content, post content that helps others.
Yeah.
Try to guide the world in the direction that you would want to be in, and also you want your kids and
Correct.
family
Be
to
nice
be in.
and be kind.
Yeah.
Be kind, yeah.
Just be
kind.
sweet. Don't be
Yeah.
mean.
The law is not there to punish you. The law is there to protect you. So
Perfect. Wow. Woo! What a line. That's the perfect line.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody, for all
Thank you so
all those
much.
people watching as well. Thank you so much. And hope this podcast has brought a difference in your life and gave you some great information that you needed. So, till then, thank you for watching podcast with Verified and hope you like this one. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.